Hey yo, something's going on. Jaron Boots Ennis pictured with Showtime head Stephen Espinoza. They just announced that Showtime Boxing will be no mas in 2024. What on earth is going on? That's what I want to talk about. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, Well. Now, I made videos. You guys got to subscribe to the channel. That's on you. I give you guys the boxing news that you need. So check out some of the other videos. Now, in case you haven't seen, it looks like Showtime Boxing, Paramount, which is one of the parent companies or affiliated companies, the people in charge, people in suits, have deemed that boxing and MMA is not moving the needle. They want to reallocate their resources in another way. So they have deaded the Showtime Boxing programming. And I believe Showtime Boxing has been on since the 80s, like 1986, if I'm not mistaken. So basically 40 years of boxing coverage almost. And now it is going to be no more because they decided to go in a different direction. Unfortunate, there are people that are lined up with Showtime Boxing that are going to have to probably look for other gigs, and they're displaced at the moment. Now, Jaron Boots Ennis posted this picture. He's in this gym with his trainer and his dad, Bozy Ennis, and there's somebody in the gym with him, and that's Stephen Espinoza, who's in charge of Showtime. Now, I made my previous videos talking about the Showtime demise and the end of Showtime, and some people have chosen to, I guess, laugh at. They think this is a joyous occasion because PBC is displaced, and where is PBC gonna go? There's a bit of unknown, if you will, when it comes to what exactly is next, as PBC doesn't have an official home, at least publicly. But in that video, I stated, if you believe that Al Haymon does not have the roster, the power, and the capability of making moves that are power moves, then use a mother-ucking dummy. You are a dummy. Just because we found out about Showtime officially, they had a company letterhead, put out a press release or something a couple of days ago. Again, this is why I made a video on those topics. But just because that's when we found out about it does not mean that's when everybody found out about it. So if we found out as a public and reporters and whatnot that Showtime was out, you have to keep in mind there were rumors of this exit well before the official press release. Many people were already talking about this. Eddie Hearn and other people were talking and speculating. And the whole thing, I've even talked about it in videos. I said I didn't know because I hadn't decided to look into it or poke around or anything like that, because it's not that serious. I'll just wait and the information will be out and then I'll move accordingly. So there were rumblings and rumors that this was going to be the case and that Showtime was going to be done with boxing. And it's sad because they've been in the game so long. HBO decided to go a different direction, and now Showtime years later, and they just had a marquee great year of boxing, and then that's when they decided this. So it is what it is. But now with Stephen Espinoza in Philly in the gym with Bozy and Jaron Ennis, it just further laments the point that I was making early and makes me truly believe that this ain't over. There's more in store. I don't know. I'm not gonna take a bunch of wild guesses, but Stephen Espinoza, I think he's going to be all right. Whatever it is, like maybe Al Haymon brings him along, and whatever the next endeavor is or the next adventure, Stephen Espinoza, I think he'll be good. And I think he'll have a spot with PBC because he's done a great job. He's a great speaker. He's cool. He's a name and a face that is familiar with boxing fans. So I think something's cooking. Me personally, this is just my honest opinion. This is not sourced out. I haven't poked around. I haven't pried for information. But I think that PBC, Premier Boxing Champions Al Haymon, they got a power move and an ace up the sleeve. We just don't know exactly what it is, but I think it's coming. And to me, I don't care what nobody else is saying, but to me, ego, I feel like this Jaron Ennis photo is something that's a potential precursor of this notion, right? The fact that, like, okay, because just think about this. If Showtime Boxing is going out of business, that means people are losing their jobs. So does it look like Stephen Espinoza is left off bad and bougie? Does he look sad? Is he crying? Does he look frustrated as if he doesn't know what his next move is? Because you have to understand, people have mortgages, car notes, families, wives, husbands, girlfriends. People, when you have a good job and a high paying job, you have a future and future bills and stuff and a lifestyle that you've established. And if you're displaced from your job, you get furloughed or whatever, quit, fired or whatever. Not really quit, but if you get furloughed or laid off or something unexpectedly, then that could set you back a bit. It could set you back because you didn't anticipate this. That's what messes most people up, is when they didn't anticipate the situation or scenario. They never played that scenario in their head, like, oh, what happens if I don't work for this company forever? They just every day getting up and going to work and thinking this thing is forever. And you have to embrace the impermanence of life, that there's a lot of things, most things aren't permanent, even life in itself, right? Life itself is not permanent, you know, unless you're a vampire or something. So you have to embrace this impermanence. And the point I'm making is, at the end of the day, Stephen Espinoza, he's doing handshakes with Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is somebody that people have wanted to see sign with Showtime. That's not necessarily going to be the case now if Showtime's going away from boxing. But to me, I think something's up. Leonard Ellerby, he also kind of responded to this as well. So you guys could read between the lines like I'm doing. Something is up. I don't know if Boots Ennis has now signed and working with it. Maybe Stephen Espinoza starts a promotional agency or company and works with PBC. But I think he will, in some capacity, move forth despite Showtime Boxing, you know, potentially, I guess, getting rid of all the positions that were affiliated with Showtime Boxing. So that's just my own particular opinion. Of course, when the information and the news comes about, I will give you guys the scoop. So subscribe to the channel. More coming. I promise you I'm working. Stay tuned. Subscribe because it's free. And I'm out. Introducing,
all right, you guys, got him in the building, Stephen
right
Espinoza.
Here on the official
Hey, Stephen, what's going on, man?
Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thing. A brand new interactive and colorful ways to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super Thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super Thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5 by Kenichi. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console.
Okay, Stephen, let's just cut to the chase.
Ready.
He called out Terrence
low latency USB adapter.
What do we need to do to try to get that fight made next?
The Hibernation 5 is just to you.
I mean, that's the only obstacle at this point.
Gym lifestyle headphones.
As long as we don't have a Daniel Kinahan involved, which
the new Hibernation 5.
That's a deal breaker.
Link in the
So
description.
if there's no Daniel Kinahan, there's no FTK, there's no associated, then we're good to go. People make a reasonable business deal, a fair business deal. Then it can
Are you
happen.
tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.